Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be 1 out of 3 Yap sessions today because I didn't upload yesterday, I didn't upload on Sunday. I'm going to make up for it for you guys. I've already put out YouTube shorts, so we are more than willing to wake up for it. So this is going to be the first video of 3 today. Look forward to it. That's why I'm going to wear the same clothes. But yeah, first one being what I used to overcome the problems in my life. Now this sounds very general, it sounds very loaded. You're like, okay, Matt, you're very young, you haven't gone through many problems yet. How is this why should I listen to you to overcome all my problems in life? I'm probably going through a lot more than you. Okay, then that makes sense, but don't take it from me. Don't just take it from me, take it from other people who are very successful in life, and they refer to this problem solving method. So it's not just me. It's not just something from me. It's not just something that I've personally validated. It's what other successful people use, and I hope this helps you and impacts you today. I want to keep it pretty short. I want to keep it pretty high level so you don't get too confused. But trust me, guys, if you start implementing this, your whole life is going to change for the better. So let's get straight into it. Make sure you like, you comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Bit of a different video today. So this is what we call the human emotional vibration chart. You can also call it the map of consciousness. There's a whole book written about it. I haven't read it yet. It's by David R. Hawkins, but I've heard it's really good. So who knows, down the line I'm going to read it. But this is the map of consciousness, guys, or the scales of consciousness, whatever you want to call it, or levels of consciousness. So the map of consciousness is essentially, it is a diagram. It's a diagram that shows us the different vibrational levels of humans. The bottom being, the lowest vibration being shame and guilt. So humans, and again, we're going to get woo-woo here, so bear with me, but humans, we operate on a vibrational level. This is just how I'm making sound. This is how I'm talking to the video. This is how my friend in the back, they're typing. The sound of them typing, that's all vibration. My heart beating, that's vibration. My thoughts are even vibrations. Everything's made up of vibrations and frequencies. And you got to be careful. You got to be very selective about which frequency you operate in and which vibrations you use, because if you use the right ones, it's going to make your life even better. You're going to be in a much better mood. You're going to have more creative ideas. You're going to have better solutions to problems. But if you're in the wrong vibration, it's going to make you it's going to put you in a worse mood. You're going to start hurting the people around you. You're going to make bad decisions, and you're not going to think as creatively, and many more disadvantages. Okay, so we got to be mindful of the vibration that we're operating in and where we stand on the chart and where we make decisions from. Okay, so I'll give you some examples in a minute, but I just want to break it down for you. So to put it simply, the lowest vibrations you can possibly be in is being in guilt and being in shame. You know, maybe you did something in the past that you still to this day are still guilty about, you still feel shameful about, you're embarrassed about. Do not stay there, guys. If you're in that place right now, I want you to just try to let that go as soon as possible. I don't know what you're going through personally, so I can't really give full advice, but do what you can to get out of guilt and shame, because that's the lowest vibration. Not a lot is going to get done staying here, okay? The next thing is apathy, and apathy is essentially just nothing. Indifference, no feeling. Like you don't feel happy, you don't feel sad, you just feel apathy. It's also not a good place to be in. Grief, I don't know why this is highlighted, but okay. Grief, obviously, if a friend or a family member passed away, or a pet passed away, if someone close to you passed away, or there's just something that you're grieving about, then it's normal. It's part of life. Life and death go hand in hand, but grief is also not the best vibration you can be in, so do what you can to get over that. Fear is also a low vibration. You don't want to be in fear. This is one of the most common ones, is operating in fear. A lot of us operate in fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, fear of success even, fear of what people think, fear of criticism. Fear. Everyone's living in fear nowadays. It's not helped by social media. It's not helped by, mainstream media, the news, etc. Whatever, right? So fear is very, very common. Everyone goes through it. But again, you have to just kind of transcend that. You got to act in spite of fear. That's my advice of getting over fear. The next thing is desire. Now you're probably confused why desire is still at a low vibrational scale. I mean, in reality, it really isn't. we're getting to that neutral ground. Here is like the neutral ground, this is the middle ground. These are all the high vibrations. This is where you want to be. This is like the low vibrations. So desire is kind of like desire in the sense of craving, of almost like lust, almost of craving something too much, wanting something too much, etc. Whoopsie daisy. Next thing is anger. So if you're angry, not a good place to be into. And then we'll go off from there. Pride, courage. Pride and courage. Here, this is where we start to climb up into better vibrations. So pride, then courage, then neutrality. Neutrality is like neutral, like middle ground. And then we get to willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and then enlightenment, which is kind of where not very many people operate in. It's most like Buddhist monks or people who found God. But most of the time, this is where we want to be in. Okay, so how does this all link to me? How does this link to overcoming all the problems in my life? And how can this possibly link to setting and cells? Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into some examples. So let's say, for example, there's a time in the business not too long ago where I was, let me just write this down. So down months, for example 1. Down months. So as you know in business, as you know sometimes in setting and sales, you're gonna have good months, you're gonna have bad months. And when we're in the bad months, it's very easy to start stressing a lot, start to get into scarcity, to start worrying, to start being in anxiety about when the next paycheck is gonna come in, when your next client is gonna get signed, all these different things. We're all worrying about when the next thing is gonna come to save us, because you might genuinely be in a situation, you might get put in a situation where your life could be at threat. Rent might be coming up, you can't make the payments that you can normally make. God forbid you don't have any food to eat, or don't have the money to make, you don't have the money to feed yourself, God forbid. So we all can get put in situations like that. I'm not touch wood, I hope you guys don't get into those situations too often. I know I've had my fair share. But example 1, when I've had down months in my business and my career. So for example, in March, that's when things started to go a bit downhill. March, April time-ish, that's when things started to go a bit downhill. I wasn't signing as many clients, I wasn't making as much money. I started to panic, I started to stress about when the next client was going to come. I told this to the people close to me, like they saw the amount of stress I was in and the amount of anxiety I was in. Now, as easy as it is to get in those states of vibration, and that's like that's our natural response, right? It's normal. It's not a good place to be in. It's not a good place to operate. So what I had to do, and what I learned using this, is I know my problems weren't going to get fixed by being in that state of anxiety and fear and grief and just being in the lower vibrational state. Nothing's gonna be benefit. It's not gonna benefit me, guys. I know it's easier said than done. I wanted to be stressed. I wanted to stay anxious. I wanted to be in fear. But that's not where I should stay. I'm not going to get out of that situation any sooner if I just stayed there, right? So as hard as it was, and as easy as it was to stay here, I had to raise my vibration. I had to think, as despite all the things going wrong around me, I have to put myself in a higher vibration nonetheless, because like one of my mentors, Jack Hopkins, say is the answer to all your problems lies in a higher vibration. So what that means is you need to move up the scale. You need to move past stress. You need to move in abundance. You need to be in a state of love. You need to be in a state of acceptance, of courage. And then that's where all the problems start going. That's where all the solutions to your problems start presenting itself. If you think of it as a radio station, like one of them old radio stations, and you have to tune at the right frequency to get the right radio station, it's kind of like that. You gotta kind of tweak the buttons, you gotta turn the dial a bit. For most of the time it's gonna be static, but once you tweak it to the right vibration, once you tweak it to the right frequency, you're gonna get music, you're gonna get the right radio station. It's the same thing here. So you need to tweak your vibration to the right radio station. You need to tweak your vibration to the right, tweak yourself to the right vibration. So how I essentially because I got myself out of fear, out of stress, about worrying when my next client was going to come, about me running out of money in my bank account slowly but surely, about all these different things. Because if I kept going down there, I'd be in a much worse state. I'd be going down the downward spiral. I don't know if you guys have been in the downward spiral before. It's horrible. Things go from bad to worse. Instead of doing that, I challenge you guys, whenever you're in a similar situation like this, despite all that, I want you to do everything you can to act in a higher vibration, to bring your vibration nonetheless of all the chaos that's happening in your life. Why? Because as soon as you get in that high vibration, things start to iron out again. Things start to work out. You know, your next client actually comes through the door. Your next payment comes through the door. Your next commission comes through the door. You're thinking, you finally thought of a solution to your problems, okay? Your solution to your problems, where are you more likely to find it? When you're operating in peace, joy, and love, or fear, grief, and apathy? I think the answer is pretty obvious here. So make sure, if you're in a bad state, as tempting as it is to stay down here in these bad vibrations, these negative feelings, you want to relish in them more, you want to feel sorry for yourself, don't do that. Do what you can to raise your vibration. Now, some examples in how I did that is continuing to work out. A lot of it comes down to your health. Like, mental health and physical health go hand in hand. So if you don't know what to do, just start with the physical, because the physical is going to feed into the mental. So what I did in that period was, I didn't fall off on my workout schedule. I didn't fall off doing Muay Thai. I kept doing Muay Thai. I kept working out. I kept eating clean. I kept trying to get as much rest as possible. It's the simple things. I kept drinking enough water. I avoided all the bad stuff, like sugary foods, fast foods, processed foods. What else did I do? I got my exercise, I got my steps in. So this is physical health, right? This is the first few things you can do. It's very, very easy. Another thing you can do, surround yourself with high vibrational people or like-minded people. If there's any problems I'm going through, or if there's any problems that my group goes through, then we completely accept, and it's just normal to us at this point, that we talk to each other about it and we get it off our chest and we help each other through it. Not like a sub story, not from like a sub story standpoint where we're just venting our problems and crying about it and nothing gets done. No, it's just like we talk about our problems, we talk about what we're going through, and then we come to a solution. Okay, and then also a bit of emotional support too if we need it, but mostly we come to a solution how to fix it. And it also helps having another ear to listen to your problems. So if you don't have it already, if you're trying to do this whole journey alone, you're going to struggle a lot, my friend. So surround yourself with high vibrational, like-minded people. That's a big, big one. If you have any problems that you're going through, talk to someone about it, especially someone you trust, even a mentor, even a grandparent, a family member, whoever you trust. Then just talk to them about it, okay? So surround yourself with high vibrational people, other people who are operating with love and joy and peace. I talked about this before on my channel. This is one of the biggest things that have helped me this year so far, is surrounding myself or hanging out in high vibrational environments, places. So I'm talking things like nice hotels, cafes, shops, lounges, cities, etc., where a lot of wealthy people hang out, where it's nice and luxurious. Because, and I know some of you are gonna say, well, I don't have the money to do that. First of all, get resourceful, see if you can find the money. I mean, what I used to do was I did the Iman Gadzi method, was I literally ordered an espresso at this 5-star hotel here in Manila, and I do that for like a few days in a row, just to get in that right environment. And I'd work there for several hours. That would be like my new office. Instead of keeping myself confined in my condo and locking myself in my room all day, which is like the whole stigma that goes around lately, is like, oh, you gotta lock yourself in your condo and don't leave your desk. Fair enough, there's time and place to do that, but I find I get better work done and I get more work done being in these nice 5-star hotel lounges, having a nice coffee, being around other like-minded wealthy people who've already made it, people who are calm, who aren't stressing, being in nice cafes, nice shops, nice restaurants, being nice in nice bars. And yeah, because again, you also become the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. So if you're already in these places that rich people hang around with, you're gonna become, or you're gonna start thinking and acting like a rich person would. And in turn, that's gonna affect your outcome. That's gonna affect your outcomes. It's gonna affect the results that you get in life, because you're making rich people decisions. You're operating from the rich version of you. If you're in a shitty city or you're in a small town, make it an aim to. And I'm not saying it's not possible to make it out of your town and just staying there, but you're gonna make it so much easier by moving into a bigger city. For example, like Miami, New York, Dubai. If you need to move to Southeast Asia, come here to Manila, go to Bangkok in Thailand, go to Malaysia. If you want to go to South America, go to Mexico, go to Argentina, Chile, Peru, wherever you need to go. Because when you operate in a better environment, better outcomes get produced, better work gets done, and you're going to be in a high vibration. Okay, low vibration being like poor crackhead houses and neighborhoods, dangerous environments. That's low vibration. Okay, so get out of there as soon as possible to be in high vibrational environments and restaurants and hotels and lounges. Okay, so just like find the nicest hotel in your area, walk in the lounge, just have a coffee, because most of the time they're just going to be fine with you staying there and working there. You don't necessarily have to be a guest. That's what I found out. I found out firsthand. So yeah, try that. So surrounding yourself in high vibrational environments, high vibrational like-minded people, doing the health stuff, of course, you know, training martial arts too is going to help a lot. What else is going to help a lot? Also mindset now. So we're going to get into mindset. You want to go from scarcity, abundance. Scarcity mindset, being in a scarcity mindset is very, very dangerous, because you start to think, I can't let go of what I have because I don't believe I'll get more of it. That comes with money, that comes with dating, that comes with your health, comes with a lot of things. But in terms of abundance, it's the same thing. It's like, I'm able to let go of what I currently have. I don't need to hold on to it unhealthily, because I know better is coming for me. So go from scarcity to abundance mindset. Believe that there's more out there for you, that you deserve better. Raising your standards. Again, kind of just believing that, and kind of just believing that there's more out there for you that's better for you. Defining your vision. Getting excited again, visualizing your goals, your future, your ideal future. Defining your vision. Affirmations. You know, sometimes with this as well, we get so caught up in day to day, we forget what the actual long-term vision is for us. So I hope that serves as a reminder for some of you guys who maybe you're like been in the trenches for months on end straight, and you had this vision in mind, you know where you wanted to go, but you kind of just lost track of it, or you felt demotivated. I'd encourage you to revisit your vision, revisit your life trajectory. Where do you want your life to go? If you have a vision board, revisit that, tweak that if you need to. I know I did this recently and it really helped, because it reminded me of what goals I had and where I wanted to go in life. That raised my vibration. Affirmations. Affirmations, etc. In terms of social media, so I'm giving you a ton of ideas here, and this is all stuff you can do at once. You know, in terms of social media, you know, limit the social media use. Or especially be careful of what you consume on social media. You should consume only like content that's high vibrational, that's educational, and all this stupid TikTok stuff that's being pushed on us nowadays. That's frying our brain cells. And I'm no better. I got a lot of work to do. I still sometimes doom scroll on Instagram Reels, but I'm being mindful of it, okay? So limit social media use. Expose yourself only to good content, or better yet, create. Don't consume, or create more than you're consuming. Create content, don't consume content. Make sure you're creating ideas, you're creating communities, and you're creating connections, not, leeching off of other people's connections. Be in a creative mindset, not a consumer mindset. It's kind of like opposite of this, but staying away from toxic people, toxic relationships, and drama. Enough said. I don't need to explain that. Make sure you're also having fun. Like, this is one of the easiest ways to raise your vibration. It's about having fun. You don't have to work 24/7. Yes, it's important, but in the pockets where you're not working, have fun with your like-minded people, your group. Have fun with your friends. Laugh. Just laugh. Just fool around. Fool around. There's nothing like, life's not that, like, life is serious. It doesn't have to be too serious. We can have fun here and there, and we can laugh and tomfool around. Easy. You guys just laugh, have a good time together every now and then. Oh, another one. Get into nature. Go to the beach. Swim in the water. Go for a hike. Don't use your phone. Things like that. Get out of the city. Get into nature. That's another big thing. Well, this is a big one for me, because I used to be a serious guy. I used to care a lot about what people think. That's why I was very serious, and I wouldn't really show emotion. But nowadays, when I'm with my boys, we just have so much fun. So have fun, laugh, fool around, enjoy the journey as you walk it. So those are some ideas on how to raise your vibration. And this is stuff you can do all at once. And ever since I started doing these things and making it a standard, my vibration has gone up permanently over the past year or two. Before, I'd say, and obviously other things like overcoming personal challenges. I guess it's kind of like a paradox, because this is what the video is about today, is overcoming the problems in your life. Overcoming personal challenges, and there's nothing better than doing that. Okay, so this has helped me a lot. This chart has helped me a lot. I hope this helps you a lot too. This is what I use to overcome the problems in my life. Example 2. Let's say for you, let's say you're having a down month. Let's say you're lower commissions. Another thing as well. Focus on giving and helping rather than taking. That's a big one. Especially being in the sales industry and the setter industry, in this info product space, there's a lot of people out there who just want to take for themselves, who just want to make a sale, etc. Well, at the end of the day, why are we in this game? It's because our product or our services can change the trajectory of thousands of lives. It can give them results that they never would have gone before by themselves. So we need to focus on that. We need to remind ourselves of that. Sales is all about giving and helping the other person overcome themselves, rather than just taking a fat commission check. Okay, that's the bonus, but this is what we do, guys. So that's going to raise your vibration. Let's say example 2, let's say you have a lower commission month and you're now panicking because you're like, hold on, last month I made this, but why is it so low this month? Be careful, because now you're going to start spiraling down into a low vibration. Maybe anger, maybe pride, maybe desire. You're going to start being needy. Get out of that. Remember to do all these things. Get yourself in a higher vibration again. Focus on helping rather than taking. Work hard. Overcome your personal challenges. Be careful of what you consume on social media. Be careful of your circle. Stay in good health. If you've always worked in your condo before, why don't you try work for the next 2 weeks in a nice hotel bar or a nice hotel lounge? See if that affects your commissions, because I know it did for me personally. Do all these things you can, because you want to get to up here again, and then that's when all your problems start going away. Maybe not the day after, maybe not right away, but our results are always delayed from our actions. So give it a week or 2, or however long it needs to take. Trust me, it's going to help you so much. Okay? So those are, you can fill in some more examples. Feel free to comment more examples down below, but we're coming up to time now. So I hope that helps. If you have any more questions, just let me know. But this is what I personally have done and what I focus on. More than anything tactical, more than anything I've read from a self-development book, this is what I've done to overcome the problems in my life. Is I don't stress, I don't fear. As hard as it is sometimes, I don't get anxious. I try to get myself out of that. I try to just accept the situation. I try to just take responsibility. I come from a place of love, from a place of joy, from a place of helping people, from a place of, like, for example, as well, if I have a down month in business career, usually there's a trend. The less content I produce, the worse month I usually get. So I focus on creating more content. This is why I'm in this 30-day content challenge. And this is why I'm willing to do 6 pieces of content in one day. Because I'm creating, not consuming. I know there's a correlation with how much content I produce with how well I perform in the month. And it's also raised my vibration because it takes time away from me consuming shitty content on social media. All right? So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any more questions. This is what I use to personally. This is my system to overcome the problems in my life. And yeah, hope that helps. Let me know if this helps. I said help like 5 times. Make sure you like, you comment, subscribe, share this with a friend who's going through something. And yeah, peace.